Hey, welcome back, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the YouTuber, musician, Social Repose. Now, a lot of people have been talking about him more recently. You've seen FPS Diesel, Inabber, and even Repzion pull out some videos in the last month or so. But why? It's probably because the most recent videos he's been making seem to be garnering sympathy or a shift of blame to commentary channels for his own actions. Let's check it out in today's video of exploring YouTubers. So if you're unfamiliar with Social Repose, he's a YouTuber slash magician with 1.06 billion subscribers. 985 videos, and most recently a lot of YouTubers have been making videos about reactions to his passing the blame off of himself. About 2 years ago, he was involved in a very public breakup because he cheated on another YouTuber on the platform named jaclyn. There was a lot of videos and a lot of things that happened around this time. I'll try to surmise it here by just saying that he cheated. He made excuses about why he cheated. She made some videos about the situation. He made some videos about the situation. He went after her friends because they were supposed to be his friends, but because they were also her friends, he targeted them. It was a messy deal because he did not take accountability. In an emotional video titled "I'm an Idiot," jaclyn said this:
"I'm really embarrassed and I am really mad. I'm so pissed, but I miss him so much still, even though I'm mad. I don't want to hate him. I don't have like an off switch for the feeling that I had for him."
A large majority of us have experienced this pain, unfortunately. I myself have been cheated on twice. It's something that it hurts every single time. You don't get used to. And it causes us to build up walls around ourselves for future relationships, which is not the thing you're supposed to do. And a lot of us have trouble or have been in a relationship with somebody else that's been cheated on and it's affected them, where we take it as luggage with us and we start to blame and project, and they take those things that a previous partner did out on us. In my last relationship, there would be things like she'd make dinner and then we'd be watching a movie and we'd get done with our plate, and I'd be taking the plate to the kitchen and I'd say, "Hey, do you want me to grab your plate and take it to the kitchen?" And she would like flip out and be like, "No, because you're just gonna hold it over my head." And I was thinking, what? Whoa, because this is something that the dude in the previous relationship did, and that can be a very hard and challenging thing. And if there's a saying, it says you have to fix your wounds and so they won't bleed on other people. I butchered that saying. Hopefully I can find it and put it here. So what sparked this was Social Repose released a video. It's been 2 years since that one thing happened in reference to the time that he cheated. The issue with this, well, he was trying to put it out there. It's been so long. People are still judging me for this past mistake. And he was making it sort of appear that commentary channels were the reason and at fault because they all just wanted to stir drama. A lot of people saw this as wrong, like FPS Diesel and Inabber and even Repzion, making videos calling this type of behavior out and pointing out the fact that it wasn't just jaclyn that he cheated on, but multiple other women. And the reason I even made this video today is because another woman has come forward with his actions of cheating that were just 6 months ago. So as these things are still ongoing and still happening, it's incredibly hypocritical for him to be posting videos saying that these things are things that he's learned from. We're going to go over one part of his lengthy, nearly 20-minute video here that stands out to me and I think ties into kind of what Inabber's point was in his video.
So I kind of suck. And to top it all off, at that time I started talking to more girls again, and instead of taking responsibility and being transparent with them, I probably just wasn't emotionally ready to be with anyone yet, even though it had been a year and a half. It's like Instead, I did this mental gymnastics game where either, maybe you mess around with open relationships, or maybe you just don't fully commit to the person. So, hey, if you're not official and not in the relationship and you're not fully locked in, then it absolves all responsibility, right? And that's kind of a shitty way to conduct people in your life. It just felt, I don't know if I want to call it a relapse, but it just felt like I was doing so good going into 2019, and now we're closing out the year, and everything just kind of circled back around, and it's like, damn it.
So in case you didn't catch what he said, is he cheated on Jaclyn Glenn. He took a break, he took a step back so he could work on himself, and then he had a relapse to where he started going into relationships haphazardly, not telling the full truths, maybe half-truths, and just leading people on. Now this kind of lines up with what we're going to be talking about later about somebody else coming forward about what he's saying right here. So basically, in response to being called out for being a cheater, he decided to take a break and then fell back into cheating. Now, if I'm wrong about this, I have been wrong about these things before. Social Repose, I know you're probably watching this, so if you want to enlighten me, comments are below.
So, it's been 2 whole years, kind of on the dot actually, and it's mid-November now. That's for those of you who don't know, I had a pretty big oopsie, pretty big debacle 2 years ago on this channel. I had a very public, messy breakup where I was the antagonist, and I did a lot of really dumb, stupid things. It's kind of when everything changed, sorta. It's like where the whole...
For some reason, when he does explain the situations that he's in, he really doesn't want to say the word, so he tries to use cutesy words. He was the antagonist instead of he was the cheater, things like that. But like I said, he's starting off about how this was all 2 years ago, and he gets to the point where he feels like people are taking him way out of context by calling him Onision 2.0 and things like that, which, to be completely honest with you, I don't see him as doing anything even remotely similar to Onision. He's not messing with underage girls or things like that. So I seen Repzion talk about this very same thing, and if I was to try to make sense out of it all, I would probably agree with him about this in saying that it has a lot to do with his accountability, where he opens up this video and he says, oh, it was 2 years ago, I can't move on because of commentary channels. But then, like, in the middle of the video, he goes ahead and talks about how he fell right back into cheating and leading people on and hurting individuals, which is a very selfish thing. That and that together denies accountability, shifts blame, and is something that Onision would do. So maybe that's what people are connecting there on those dots. So now we're going to go right into what Inabber was his main point in his video, which the majority of his video was kind of just having a go at him, and also while pointing out he just can't keep it in his pants. So Inabber's video was released about a week ago. It's titled "Social Repose Needs to Be Stopped."
It's not an oopsie. You cheated on your wife with multiple women. Did you just fall into a vagina? Oh, I've made an oopsie, guys. I fell into a vagina yesterday. Sorry, lads. Just ruined another woman's life by cheating on them after being with them for a long, long period of time. Oopsie. I did an oopsie, guys. Shut up. It's not an oopsie. It's not an oopsie. This is a human being. You cheated on her. You are a bellend. And now I fully understand that this cheating stuff is old news. I'm aware that he's made videos responding to it, claiming it was a messy breakup and then just quitting YouTube and coming back. And it's basically a textbook manipulator on YouTube. I swear they always do these things. Oopsie, I fell into a vagina, guys. I'm gonna quit YouTube, and now I'm back, and now I'm making this. Please just stop.
Needless to say, there are things to be criticized about his most recent actions. Another YouTuber that made some videos about this, and of course all these videos are going to be in the description below, was FPS Diesel. In his video released just a week ago, Social Repose canceled me He says,
I really got the feeling that he's worried about his career, and it comes through in a lot of these videos where he's talking about some drama happening. He's looking for an in with a controversy to boost his career, something that can help him, get him back into the limelight.
That does make a lot of sense to me, and it's not so uncommon for people in his situation to do that, to try to garner attention out of situations that seem to be going against them, as we've seen with YouTuber Onision after he's made the crazy amount of videos and how he just keeps picking at the situation, and how oh man, the drama alert interview's coming up in a couple days. Point case an example, Social Repose's response to Inabber and FPS Diesel, which kind of goes into what Diesel was saying about him looking for some sort of in to catch traction so that he can use it to stimulate his career that is going in the opposite direction that he wants, that he also cares so much about. But I'm interested in what you guys think about that as well. Now let's get into the most recent controversy, the girl that came forward. So about 3 hours ago, I tweeted, apparently Social Repose cheated on another girl and was trying to keep it a secret while attempting to garner sympathy on the internet. Shaking my head. So we already know he was posting these videos saying, oh, this was 2 years ago. Oh, I've become more self-aware. I've changed. I've this and I've that. And then this girl comes out. And the reason I'm making this video is to spread awareness on this, because this girl is not a big YouTuber, so she's not going to carry a lot of traction like with what happened with jaclyn. It's something that is up to us to talk about this and point out the hypocrisies that Social Repose seems to be doing. I'm tired. It's very interesting that the video starts and it says time passed. Doesn't mean change has happened. Change happening does.
Sorry if your ex was a dick to you. I'm sorry if he left you with lifelong damage that you may never work through.
You know, I think that's the closest semblance to an actual apology that I've ever gotten from you, Richie, so thanks.
It's been almost 3 years since I had a horrible breakup, a horribly public breakup, which I was the antagonist, and okay, that's bad, but at what point is this excessive? At what point do I get my life back?
I love this. Are we just gonna ignore the public breakup you had with Roii recently, which is why I did the video?
Hi, my name is Roii, and I fucking suck at talking on camera, but since these comments have kept happening anytime someone talks about poor bullied little Social Repose, despite the numerous tweets that I posted back in November, I decided I need to come here to YouTube to talk about a few things, clear a few things up, I guess.
She starts off by showing a clip of him trying to lessen or make seem what he did wasn't that bad.
Tens of thousands of hate comments in a day when I haven't really done anything in a long time, and I've reflected and like apologized and kept to myself.
Dude, we dated last year. I finally dumped you after several months of you near constantly using me, gaslighting me, cheating on me, less than 6 months ago. Just because the internet isn't holding you as accountable for what you did to me as for what you did to your previous exes who had platforms and channels and whatever else, doesn't mean it didn't fucking happen. I don't know how you're still trying to sweep what you did to me under the rug. You haven't been mentioning me by name or anything because you don't want, people to find me, but you're still trying to garner sympathy from your fan base because of how miserable and sad you are, but you don't want to address doing so directly? Make it make sense, dude. Make it... What? I don't believe that you have ever actually once been genuinely sorry for something fucked up that you've done.
So if you guys are interested in the full video, this girl goes in on Richie. It will be in the description below, as well as all the other videos for pure context that you're going to want to watch. So basically what I'm getting from this situation is that he is trying to put on this show like he doesn't deserve all the criticism and hate that he's getting, even though he said in his video that he relapsed and fell back into manipulating and hurting people and being selfish and stuff like that. So he's basically telling you what he's doing wrong, and then also saying he's doing nothing wrong. It kind of makes me wonder if he is completely aware, even though he says he's self-aware. He does like to say a lot or appear like he's done nothing wrong. But the main problem, and I'm going to emphasize on this, is accountability. He and you aren't taking accountability. And I think if you ever did, or you moved into that direction of taking full-on accountability, or maybe you do need some therapy. Therapy's good. You can work through these issues and come to understand, because it seems like if you keep going into this direction, it's going to keep resulting in the same results that you have done. There's what's that saying is if you do what you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. And at the end of the day, you do have to understand that these people have feelings. They're people, and you are hurting them. So you have to step out of the selfish bubble and realize that you're not the only one that matters on this planet. And until that change happens, you're going to keep getting you're going to keep getting called out. I think that was a good video, because as interesting as this is, always something that's more interesting to me. That's right, you guessed it. I want to know what you think. So why don't you go ahead and leave your creative or interesting responses in the comment box below. Thumbs up those likes. As always, brothers and sisters, I will see you in the next video. Woo! Having been cheated on and having been in situations where dating people that have been in relationships with people that were cheated on, and seeing that the trauma it done to them, and it just is like a thing, you really realize that you have to resolve the unresolved issues, and that's gonna not only help you, but it's gonna help future relationships. I want to thank everybody that's been going over and following the Repzilla Facebook page. We're almost at 5,000, which is halfway to this year's goal of 10,000, and it just really helps to help me get monetized on another platform. That way we don't have to rely on the demonetization issues of YouTube. Thanks to my patrons for just being there and being awesome. Thank you to Donna Scott. Thank you to Marissa. You guys have been talking and have been listening. You want more Greg in the videos? Well, here's a video of Greg. You wanted more Greg? You get more Greg. What's up, man? What's up, sleepy guy? What's up? You just chilling? We're gonna put this in the video, so show your good side. There you go. I know, that was very cute. Yesterday, I went through all the DMs on Facebook. That it was crazy. It took me nearly 8 hours, but I had to do it because a lot of the Dobby vanity victims were reaching out, and I wanted to make sure I was giving everybody an opportunity to tell their side of the story. So I got a lot of calls lined up this week, a lot of work to be done, but a lot of progress is being made. I've reached out to former bandmates. I reached out to Brian Stars, who did interviews with him. I haven't heard anything back, but if I do, you'll hear it here first. That being said, I know that you're repping your cake, and how you do that, I got to subscribe. I got tongue-tied. This channel loves you. Have a good day.